Hey there, Noble. It is I, Mr. Wilbur. It is Friday, April 3rd. I'm here with Weird Purple Coffee Cup. And these are your morning announcements, except nobody sent me any morning announcements today. Which means that since it's Friday, we can jump right into Feedback Friday. Yes, Feedback Friday, where I present to you some of the best feedback that I have received from the students of Noble High School. First up, nobody. Literally no one. No being in the universe. Mr. Wilbur. Everything in these videos is completely serious. Yeah, everything's completely serious. I don't see what the big deal is. Next, Peter looks just like you. I couldn't agree more. We look just alike. We're like the same person. I received the next couple emails after I sang happy birthday to Miss Warner the other day. Nice singing. I mean it. If you tried, you could sing with the chorus. Good job. All seriousness, when I was a student at Noble High School, I sang in the chorus and I miss it so much. Literally anytime. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, worst singing ever. And you need to show your puppy more. Well, since you asked so nicely. The next couple emails were in response to when I asked everybody to try to find my typo. Hey, thanks. And also, another candidate for the typo, talkin', has a G in it. Yeah, I know. Gotta get on my level. Moving on to my video with flower mug. No purple cup, disliked. And then the following day, hey, the purple coffee cup is back, liked again. Hope you're having a good time, Mr. Wilbur. I am, and I hope you're having a good time as well. In all seriousness, I've actually gotten a lot of positive feedback, which I really appreciate. For example, I love this one. During the whole school shutdown thing, it's pretty nice to hear Stay Noble Nights. Thanks, Mr. Wilbur, teacher I still don't know. And it feels really good saying it to all of you, so thank you, student I don't know. And this one might be my favorite. We need to protect you at all costs. I miss you, dude. My actual dude. I miss you. I miss all of you so much. So I really appreciate all of your feedback, so keep sending me emails, let me know what you think. As you've noticed, if I choose to read any of your emails, I'm not going to include your names. Unless you actually specified, say who I am, or something like that. And now moving on to the word of the day, sponsored by Mr. Parr. Although I found this one. All the words this week make you giggle. Don't worry, that's the last one. You made it. You made it through this. Today's word of the day is mumpsimus. A mumpsimus is a person who persists in a mistaken expression or practice. For example, use it in a sentence. That mumpsimus over there keeps saying Reese's Pieces, even though he knows it's Reese's Pieces. It is. You're all wrong. And now it's time for This Day in History, brought to you by Mrs. Perkins. We've got another lightning round here. On this day in 1966, the USSR's Luna 10, the first spacecraft to orbit the moon, entered lunar orbit and completed its first orbit 3 hours later. In 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his famous "I've Been to the Mountaintop" speech in Memphis, Tennessee. And finally, in 1973, the first portable phone call was placed by inventor Martin Cooper to Joel S. Ingle of Bell Labs. And since it's Friday and we're moving into a weekend, I would like to pose the question, hey, what you reading? A few laser-eyed staff and students have focused in on the bookshelf behind me and have sent me emails about various books. So I figured I'd tell you what I've been reading. A few weeks ago, I finished my second read-through of the Southern Reach trilogy by Jeff Vandermeer. Well, when I say second read through, I read the trilogy and then I listened to the audiobook of the trilogy. There ain't no shame in the audiobook game. I love audiobooks. Get into them. It's 3 relatively short books. The entire trilogy is only about 580 pages. Annihilation, Authority, and Acceptance. And I have the entire trilogy in this awesome hardcover edition right here. I guess you could call the trilogy a horror trilogy because it's definitely scary, but it's unlike anything I've ever read before.
So this group of 4 scientists crossed into this region called Area X, which is this area of the coast that's been closed off to the public for decades. It's this place that nature has kind of been reclaiming. They are the 12th expedition into Area X. All of the other expeditions have either disappeared, or those who have returned have either suffered some sort of mental trauma or end up developing an aggressive form of cancer.
It's absolutely terrifying and mind-warping, but also strangely ecological. I've read it twice, and I'm still not 100% sure what is going on in that book. So if you're thinking, yeah, Mr. Wilbur, I'd love to read something, but I don't have any books, and if you hadn't noticed, we can't go anywhere. Well, our NHS librarian, Mrs. Taylor, has shared a link to the NHS Cloud Library. So I'll put the link in the description. I'll also put the link in the email. But you log in, you type in your lunch code, and you have access to all of these ebooks that you can read right on your Chromebook. I know reading on a computer isn't ideal, but hey man, stories are stories. It works just like the library. You borrow the ebook for a short time and then you return it. Now it looks like a bunch of jerks have already borrowed all of the Stephen King books. Of course, that's the first thing I looked at. But you know what the library does have? All of the books in the Southern Reach trilogy. So yeah, read a book and let me know what you're reading. And finally, it's time for our pet of the day. Our staff pet of the day comes from our own Ms. Kearney. This is Eugene A. Kearney. First of all, perfect name. I love that it's a full name. But if you ask me, Eugene here looks like he's so much more than a dog. Hear me out. Dr. Eugene A. Kearney, PhD. And our student pet of the day comes from Michael Jagger. And he made sure to point out in his email that he hooked me up with 3 different angles. That's it for our announcements, or lack thereof. So now, please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hey, have a great Friday and a fantastic weekend. Read a book, and of course, stay noble, knights.